So I just got a comment from Zhen Li that I've been thinking about for the past like hour, and I just kind of like want to walk through my like mental process of this comment. And Zhen Li, if you're listening, feel free to give me more information based on what I say. Uh, I used to have thought issues like you. Here's a crazy concept that might help you like it helped me. Those thoughts aren't you. Those voices causing you to overanalyze, become defensive, and prevent you from doing the things you want to do simply aren't you. It's some weird manifestation of the shit you've been through. Once I realized that the internal voice wasn't me, it was in fact this thing that had rent free space in my mind and was actively trying to fuck my shit up, it made it much easier to change. It's so plain to see that you are totally dominated by this force. You even manifest physical symptoms like being unable to sit still. Damn, I don't like remembering what it was like to feel this way. Good luck. So, sorry if my video triggered you at all. Like, I just, I can't stop my body from moving. I don't know, like, early onset cerebral palsy. I don't know why. But it might be, as you say, like I'm just so full of neuroses, I can't help it. Uh, at this point, um, so those thoughts aren't me. He said, um, like, what would I be then? Do I feel like I am that internal monologue? Like, I have an internal narrative that is me, but like it's like a voice in my head. I use it to speak, and there are other listening voices, and like I, I, I probably sound pretty crazy. Um, I don't know, like inside my head, I feel like I can simulate each of my senses. So I can hear something that I am not saying, but like I can imagine the input for that hearing. So I could like listen to music in my head. I do that literally all the time. Um, and I can see something that I'm not actually seeing. Like I can like go somewhere else in my head and see the thing. I can taste it. I can feel it. I can say it without saying it. So like the voice in my head is like that constantly happening. There's always like some aspect of that happening inside my head, and I feel like I have control over what it does. Similar to how I have control over my body, but actually much more fluidly. Like I am eloquent at as fuck in real life. Whereas in my head, I'm eloquent as shit, man. It's so eloquent inside my brain, but I just can't output it. Um, so, like, I don't know what I would be if I wasn't these thoughts. Um, but it did make me think about like, the impulses, the things that I'm reacting to, like I see something and therefore I'm reacting to it. Like not something that I'm thinking about, but like something that's real. It like preempts me. It's like this is taking precedence now. So that can be like visual inputs, or it can be a memory even, or a feeling or emotion. Like now you're upset, and it's like I'm dealing with being upset right now, and I don't really know why I'm upset. I just am, and like this is how my body reacts to it, and I don't really have any control over what's happening. Um, and I was starting to think about like the memories that I use to justify my actions and beliefs. Um, it's like those make up a moral framework for how I try to live my life. They inform like basically my morality. Uh, So I'm curious if like there's any significance to the memories that I choose to go back to call up certain situations, because I'm sure I had normal school days, uh, possibly, uh, ones where I didn't feel constantly miserable, but the only ones I remember are the ones that I was constantly miserable and just felt awful and everything. And part of me wonders if I like just didn't have like wouldn't have remembered those things and I would have remembered something else, then uh, maybe I would be a completely different person at this point. Um, but then why do I choose to memorize certain events but not others? Why do I always focus on the negative events that happened to me? Uh, is it possible to like walk through my life and selectively be like, this is a different memory, and go through all my memories like that, like just overwriting the memories and remembering it in a different way, like a positive way? Um, because our memories are malleable, right? So every time you remember something, you are also like storing that memory. So if I went through all of my memories and like restored them like in a completely different direction than they were originally, could I like change my root behavior and my morality even? Is this a possible thing to do? Can I do it on purpose? If so, like, how should I execute that? Like, what kind of person should I make myself into? Doesn't really seem like the job for someone who is mentally unstable. Uh, any way is up, I guess, at this point. Um, so yeah, this is what this has made me think of.